Hi, this is Roger from lowtempcooking.com. Again, it's Thanksgiving and I'm doing the turkey, so one of my buddies is over here and he's going to enjoy a good dinner later. But he's saying, make another video, make another video. So I'm going to make another video. It's funny because when I first got into sous vide cooking a couple of years ago because of BCU, they know I was into vacuum sealing. They know I wrote the vacuum sealer guide ebook, and they said, you need to do this. You're going to love it. And it was kind of technical when it first started. You know, you had a lot to learn about product. And sous vide was basically, you know, it's like everything. It's like time and temperature. And a lot of people might say, you know, wow, it's really hard to cook sous vide, but it's really not that difficult anymore. It's pretty much it's kind of a plug-and-play appliance. In the early days, we used the thermal circulators, and we were we didn't know what temperature, how to make sure something was done. Now it's basically, you put it in for a certain amount of time and it'll be done. Before that, we used, we still use, but we would rely heavily upon thermometers. So I would cook this with a thermometer plugged into it to tell me the temperature so I could monitor the temperature during the cook process, and I could pull it out when it was done, when I hit the proper temperature. But the way that works is if I were going to use a temperature probe on this, before I put it in the water when it was dry, I would use a piece of closed cell foam tape. It's a special tape for sous vide applications, and it's closed cell, so it allows you to actually stick a temperature probe through the package into the product without losing the vacuum or leaking juices. And I just want to show this to you real quick since it seems like the right thing to do today. So you'd go into the thickest part of the meat, but I dried this off, so I'll go right there. So that sticks right there. And then using a digital probe, like this is a ThermalWorks one we sell on the site with a super fine probe, you could sit there and stick this through the bag into the product, and then you would have the temperature. So right now this turkey breast, it's been in for 3 hours, and you can tell it's 158 degrees. Is still climbing. 158. So it's right at 158 degrees. So this is safe to consume right now. But I could put the whole thing in the water now, just like that. And the closed cell foam tape will keep it from leaking any of the juices in the thermal circulator bath. And I can monitor the temperature and then pull it out when it's done. The nice thing about the ThermalWorks is it's got a magnetic mount, so I could actually stick it to metal. So if it was in the kitchen, I could stick it to the refrigerator if I wanted to. But that's just a quick little video showing, how do we check the temperature on some of the sous vide product before we, before we consume it or serve it to others. And I'll make one more video and talk about, somebody will ask about the extended cooking time. I'll make another video on that.